What's up, guys? So, today we're going to be talking about the statements issued by Panda Global and Nintendo about all the stuff that's happening. If you don't know what's happening, you can check out my last video on the Smash Tour cancellation, allegations against Panda, etc. Before we go on with this, one thing I want to say is in my last video, I did not specify right at the start, and this is my bad, that when talking about Panda's involvement and everything, I am specifically and only referring really to the CEO of Panda, Alan. I think most people in the comments knew this and mentioned it, but the players and people working for Panda were blindsided completely by all the actions that their CEO specifically has taken. So do not throw any hate towards any of those people at all. Okay, just wanted to make that 100% clear. So when I mentioned Panda in this video and the previous one, I am specifically referring to their CEO, Alan. Okay, so with that said, we got an update today on just everything, right? And basically, just all I have to know is this is them saying nothing. They're like, oh yeah, you know, we worked hard in 2022 to make a good event with our employees and whatever, which, you know, people in Panda really did try hard to make, you know, all this great stuff. And they said that they had no involvement whatsoever in the cancellation of Smash World Tour 2022, as Nintendo also stated that. Now, this part, I actually could believe. There's a lot of evidence to say that they were trying to hurt Smash World Tour by getting, you know, events that are on Smash World Tour circuit off the Smash World Tour circuit, but I do not believe Panda has enough sway to basically tell Nintendo, hey, kill Smash World Tour. It's possible. You know, we can't prove for a fact it did or didn't, but like, Nintendo's such a big company compared to Panda. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, you know, they were definitely talking or whatever, but we really can't say for sure in regard to that stuff. And we're gonna get to the Nintendo statement later on everything. So yeah. With that said, the follow-up though, this is where this statement, I said in my tweet, it would be better not have the statement than make this statement right over here. Panda's listened to the community and changed some of our approaches to working with tournaments based on the feedback. In the Smash World Tour statement, there are a number of allegations leveled against Dr. Allen, the CEO of Panda. Dr. Allen, as Nintendo of America has corroborated, has one of the more vocal supporters of the broader community in the Smash World Tour organizers in internal conversations. However, the Panda Cup team doesn't acknowledge regarding interaction between Dr. Allen and Beyond the Summit, in which he spoke in a manner which does not reflect either guidance from Nintendo or our own standards. Panda took efforts to rectify the situation immediately. In the second half of the year, a dedicated team made up multiple staff members was assembled to manage Panda Cup activities and serve as a primary point of contact for event runners, removing the possibility of future miscommunications from occurring. This is the part of the statement where it's like, bruh, for multiple reasons. One, so we know that Panda basically, Alan was basically talking to BTS people and telling them, hey, if you don't put your event on the Panda Cup circuit and partner with us, you might get shut down. So trying to strong arm them, right? But he didn't just do this to Beyond the Smash. There are a number of TOs that are on, oh my, what's the term when you can't speak out? NDA. That said, hey, Alan tried to do this to us as well. Golden Guardians actually said this. They have this tweet that's funny. Let's play video games, lol. But they actually, at some point, I'm not sure if it was on the official Twitter, or just one of like the people who run the organization, said basically, yeah, Panda tried to approach us and stop us from running events. So this already is just pretty much a blatant like lie, or not acknowledging the full extent of the damage Panda was doing. Well, Alan was doing by approaching all these organizations and stuff, right? So this just feels like a complete, like, we didn't do anything, no, this is not a fault. We had a tiny mistake with BTS, sorry, how bad, we fixed it. Which, as far as I'm aware, they didn't really do anything to, like, fix anything, you know, any misgivings with BTS on other TOs. But, yeah, so we already know, like, this statement's basically just bullshit. And it kind of sucks they can't just, you know, they just can't, like, just acknowledge that Alan, you know, messed up badly. So, awful, right? Like, be honest with us. We know the truth. And I feel like this is so bad. I know a lot of people are saying maybe Alan should resign after all this stuff. I'm not saying what they should or shouldn't have, but I feel like a lot of people thought that would be a fair response to acknowledge this stuff Alan to resign, etc., etc. So, yeah, that's deflection, saying nothing, not acknowledging stuff, and kind of just hoping they can run the event, I guess, like Panda Cup, without any more issues, which, by the way, I don't think is going to happen. IBDW saying he's basically just going to leave Panda at this point, right? Which, that is totally up to him to do. Understandable. I imagine everyone is upset, right? Can't blame him at all. Meister, not going to Panda Cup. I made a tweet saying I'm playing Street Fighter 6 beta instead that weekend. Like I'm tossing a panda here. Yeet! Get the panda out of here. Orion Rank, which is like another ranking system, saying they're not gonna count the Panda Cup for their ranking. So like basically everyone's just boycotting Panda at this point. Like people already were, as a pressure tactic to get a statement from Panda. And yeah. Now there was also the Nintendo statement, which we should talk about real quick. I was funny, I actually made a video on this last night. I didn't get a chance to upload it. So anyway, Nintendo basically said in their statement last night, like midnight at 1 a.m. because why not release a statement at 1 a.m. in the morning? Anyway, they basically said that they did not give Smash Bros. Tour a license based on health or safety guidelines and brand and IP guidelines. Now, this could mean a lot of things, right? This could mean they maybe didn't like that Smash Bros. Tour had some events around Hollow Bastion with Kingdom Hearts music that's like copyright, for all we know. Maybe they didn't like the bag checks wasn't strict enough. Maybe there's something we don't know about happening. Maybe they didn't like the fact that Gimmer's bald. Like, I feel like the reason they didn't get a license is super arbitrary. And, you could say, it's because of Panda Global maybe said something. And as I said before, it's possible. I feel like it's more unlikely, though, because of Nintendo being such a big company. So I could honestly believe that there's some actual reason not to give Smash Bros. Tour the license. I do know there's a lot of people that work within Nintendo that do want to support Smash Bros. Tour and Smash and all this stuff, and it's not like the entire Nintendo is against it. There's a lot of employees very passionate about Smash at Nintendo. So kind of similar how you don't just attack every Panda employee over the faults of the CEO. You don't just attack every Nintendo employee over the faults of some people in the higher-ups making these decisions that most people probably disagree with within the company. Now, the part that I think is... so I'll mention this real quick, actually, for this, is Nintendo is basically doubling down and saying, yeah, we're going to support Panda Cup, Panda Global, etc. for events. So, I don't know, there's not very much, I guess, to say about this, but just mentioning that, Nintendo and Panda are really dedicated to working together for the Panda Cup and circuit and blah, blah, blah. Now, the one thing here that, so this part of the Nintendo statement, it both is a contradiction and can be true combined with the Smash Bros. Tour statement. Because the Smash Bros. Tour statement basically said, and where is it? Sorry, 1 second, just trying to find this. Yeah, so verbally, apparently Nintendo said that Smash Bros. Tour could keep running their events in 2022 and 2023 despite not getting a license, and that the Smash Bros. Tour's cancellation was their own decision. So that's what Nintendo says verbally. However, the contradiction here is that Smash Bros. Tour got a written response saying that you need a license to run events, including Smash Bros. Tour 2022, and Nintendo would not be granting them a license. So they never officially said, hey, you can't run the event, but they hinted if you don't have a license running the event, you can and will be shut down. Right? So it's both a contradiction, right? Verbal statement, and then there's a written statement. Also, I'm not a lawyer, but I imagine a written statement is a much harsher thing than a verbal statement, right? Like if you have both statements at once, the written statement, I would imagine, takes priority. So my guess in this regard is there's a possibility of miscommunication in Nintendo. Like maybe a Nintendo representative was talking to Smash Tour people saying, yeah, everything's fine, great, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the higher ups of Nintendo heard about this and said, nope, actually, you can't do this. And that's where the written statement contradicting the verbal statement comes from. It could also even just be sleazy word choice, right? Like Nintendo kind of stringing along Smash Tour saying, yeah, everything's fine. We're not going to give you a written statement, just verbal statements. But yeah, everything's fine, trust us. And then them saying at the end, well, we didn't give you a written statement, you can do this. And now a written statement saying you can't do this, so get screwed, right? So, whatever, like, happened there, the statement from Nintendo kind of just reeks. I wish we had physical proof. Like, I believe Smash Tour about having the letter, but I wish we had physical proof, evidence, a picture or something of this letter as sort of a silver bullet to everything. So yeah, or we had maybe proof of the call saying, you know, they can run the event, right? Just something besides a he said, she said situation would be nice, even if, you know, we can for the most part use our brains and believe Smash World Tour over Nintendo in a lot of these regards. So yeah, this situation just sucks. Honestly, after a couple days to think about it, I do think Smash will be fine. It'll just be in a worse off spot. I know my last video is very like doom and gloom about this, but I don't know. BTS is planning to run their event. Jazz is happening next year. Let's Make Big Moves happens next year. I do think the scope of events and everything is going to be smaller. We're going to have less nationals, which I guess not going to be as much national burnout as it was before. But I think at the end of the day, things are still going to run. It just sucks. I think Panda Cup effectively dead in the water, even if it's technically happening. I think everyone's going to boycott it. I think Panda Global Rankings is not going to happen or be rebranded. Same with PG Stats. And yeah. So, just want to give you guys an update. Sadly, that's just probably the end of it. Unless some crazy stuff happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And catch y'all later. See you at some events in 2023, baby!